Welcome. I am Ixchel Martinez, and I'd like to give my deepest appreciation to CCI and its affiliates, and to Congressman Kevin McCarthy's office for hosting me this summer. I want to start by reminding everybody that education is a right, but I am extremely privileged to be here in front of you today presenting. On my 18th birthday, I was one of the lucky ones, fortunate enough to go to university and have the opportunity to make something out of myself. But while I prepared for Welcome Week, my peers had a very different experience in the foster care system. A majority were given trash bags, a one-week motel voucher, and some parting words of encouragement as they began adulthood. My parents came to this country to offer me a better life, and education has indeed set me free from the intergenerational cycles of poverty, addiction, and incarceration that has plagued my family. But this adversity has forever shaped my perspective on the world. Some of my earliest memories are visiting my parents in jail. I kissed and hugged them through cold glass and heard their loving words, the static of a telephone. "We love you and trust in God," their strongest affirmations to me. While my parents' intentions were to provide me with the best of beginnings, as are any parents, their actions were frequently undermined by the instability of addiction. Recently, our country has given much attention to the opioids crisis and its devastating impacts on communities across the nation. While I'm delighted to see that the paradigm is shifting, that addiction is no longer being criminalized but viewed as the disease that it is, a disease fueled by trauma and pain, I am simultaneously saddened because this perspective is not being extended to historically marginalized communities across our nation. And it is no surprise to me that a majority of those disproportionately represented within the child welfare system also come from these communities. Foster youth as a group face tremendous barriers in achieving economic stability and independence in adulthood. They experience significant trauma, both in and out of care, and are more likely to experience educational challenges that prevent their academic success than other populations. Given the specific challenges they face, it is no surprise to me that they experience such grave life outcomes. Today, it is far more likely for a foster youth to end up sex trafficked, homeless, or incarcerated than it is for them to go to college. Yet despite this understanding, federal laws to address the mental health and educational disparities among foster youth are severely lacking. It is here that Congress has an opportunity to improve legislation. Education has long been a tool of social mobility in our society, but it is time to use it as a tool for healing. Schools provide the ideal environment to prevent and intervene with trauma. Transforming our country's educational systems to trauma-informed environments that are capable of meeting the needs of our most vulnerable will inevitably benefit the well-being and mental health of all youth across our nation. With this in mind, my recommendations are as follows. Congress should authorize state competitive grants to develop and implement evidence-based, trauma-informed school